Good morning, everyone. I am Dr. Manisha Mittal. I am going to present the paper Loan Approval Prediction using Machine Learning. What is exactly in this paper? There is a need for an effective automatic system using machine learning, which can be used in predicting whether an individual is eligible to get a loan, credit, or not. Actually, a proper mechanism must be used by the banks association so that the defaults loan approvals were not done. Hence, we are going to propose a solution with a model that will be helpful in predicting whether an individual should get a loan, credit card or not by analyzing the financial condition and transaction history of that person. The purpose of this research is to provide a swift and easy technique to select the knowledgeable and proficient applicant. It is a liability of the bank to make sure that their resources are in the safe hands. So, we are using this approach. We can easily forecast and make certain whether or not that the applicant applying for the loan is risk-free or not. So the approach here is to use those techniques and then implement it with the help of the methodology. So what exactly is the methodology? First, we will collect the data, and then by collecting this data, we explore that data and do the analysis work on that particular data. Then the next step is to data cleaning and structuring. So that the data which was we are gathering for that particular applicants or the different applicants, then we will filter out the data which are needed for our this process or which are not being required for the analysis purpose. After that, dealing with the categorical variables. Now we will find some categorical variables which are being used for this analysis. After that, we will build the model. The building model here is used by different algorithms, and then we will find the we will do the evaluation of that particular model. So how it actually done? First, we collect the data, then pre-processing that data, then we will design the training models. After that, correlation attributes will be calculated, and last, the evaluation model is being prepared. Now, what are the evaluation models which will be used for this particular research? The various evaluation models are decision tree classifier, random forest classifier, logistic regression classifier, and k-nearest neighbor classifier. So, what is decision tree classifier? In decision tree classifier, what actually we will do is in this, a DT is decision tree classifier. What we actually do is a supervised technique that is employed in the various classification problems on the basis of the beneficial variables used as an inputs, and the entire population is split into different similar types of subpopulations. Decision tree employs the techniques to divide a particular bump into the various types of subnodes. The design of subnodes increases the unsophistication of the attendant subnodes, and in other words, the chatness of the bump increases in relation to the transferable variables. Then, what about the process is being transferred to the random forest classifier. In random forest classifiers, random forest is a type of supervised learning algorithm. It constructs a forest from an assembly of the various types of decision trees trained using a very important method called bagging method. The basic premise of this method is that hybridizing the various types of learning models, enhancing the aggregate results. The RF method provides a prediction taken from a tree and forecasts the actual real model on the basis of the forecasting with the most number of votes. The greater the amount of the forest trees, more is the accuracy and lesser is the possibility of the graph to be overlifted. Next is your logistic regression classifier. In logistic regression is famous machine learning approach that is categorized under supervised learning. It anticipated the emphatical variable with a given set of variables that are totally independent. We fit S-shaped structural function that forecasts two extreme values, 0 and 1. Logistic regression is used to predict the outcome of an emphatical variable. It can be 0 or 1, true or false, and so on, but it provides only the estimated values ranging from 0 to 1. So, next, the K nearest neighbor classifier. A KNN algorithm is a method of data classification that is used to predict the probability of a particular data point being a constituent of one category or the other based on the closest present family of data points. Because of KNN algorithm typically does not design a particular framework until a particular interrogation is leveled on that data set. It is prime example of a lazy learning algorithm. So first when we do all these things, then the predicting the outcome is needed. So while predicting the outcome, save the file under the decision tree algorithms. These algorithms are like bring in all the required modules of Python, introduce the testing and training database, determining whether there are very null values. In case of any null values, complete the table with the concerned coding. Investigate all the data to be explored for the various features in the table. Draw all the graphs with the module matplotlib. Then create the decision tree model for the purpose of coding. Send the output in the form of CSV file, which can be accessed and then analyzed as per the requirement. So these are the various outcomes of the heat map showing with the null values. And these are the data when we are using outliers. Here you can see the division of the various nodes and the outcomes which we get after the analysis. So these are the results. These are the curves for different models shown. Might be observed that AUC of RF classifier model is highest for the original data. These are the data. The logistic regression based rate ACL 57.1%, and decision classifier tree 65.7%. Random classifier forest will show 83.5%, and KNN is showing 81.9%. The multi-layer perceptron of this is 75.6%. So these are the curves which are analyzed, and the results were found out according to these data. So these are the comparative terms for these data, which are similar to the when we are comparing our technique with the help of the existing literature. And these are the comparative terms for that, like the exploring data analysis when compared with this reference, then it is 85.7%. This is 81.8%, and the sample size is 85.3%. And when the proposed work is analyzed, it will giving the 91.5% accuracy. So this is the conclusion. This study suggests using a machine learning to enhance the accuracy of a loan default forecasts. This improved understanding of client behavior to improve loan failure prediction will result in enormous financial benefits in the mobile lending business. This study effectively investigates the characteristics of loan data that relates to the probability of loan defaults. Exploratory data analysis demonstrates the relationship between various characteristics and loan default so as to identify the concerned feature to train the machine learning model. The training and the testing data sets are then fed into the different machine learning algorithm to see which one produces the most accurate results. So this is the future scope. This process may be advantageous to undertake cross-validation with additional open dataset source as they become more accessible in order to compare the model's performance. Because the research is also confined to the probability of default states, so more investigation into the prediction the expected return of the loan based on borrower characteristics, loan features, and loan remembrance procedure must be undertaken. So these are the various references which we have taken for this research paper. So thank you. Any queries? Thanks.